I'm back, baby.
Little sneak peek here. This is the fan bracket I showed you before. That's an early one. There's a later one. Another later one. So you can see why I want the early one. Here's a fan somebody has welded up, so I have absolutely no faith that that's balanced. And balance is important. I've got all my spare parts. To give you an idea of the difference. And oh, this one. I'm hoping that I can reuse these bearings, because needle bearings. Alright, let's get this party started. Alright, I have consulted with experts. You know, I think maybe I did that when I was a teenager. Maybe. I've consulted with experts, and I am told that these fans are supposed to be 13 inches from end to end. This is 11 and a half. And 11 and 5/8. So that ain't gonna work. This one is 13 inches that way and 13 inches that way, so I can use this one if I want to. And I'm not sure yet if I'm going to, but then this goes in here. And you got these bushings are shot. Try another one. Yep, I don't like that. So we got new bushings. Maybe. Maybe not. This might be for a different year. You got to unrivet all these. Grind off the rivets, take the blades off, replace the bushings, hone them out, get them to the right size. That's tapered, so that's fun. That's better. Look at that. That's terrible. Or, and I think I'm going to leave this up to you. What I can do is I can take this blade, which is 14 inches. I can cut a ½ inch off of each one of these blades and use my needle bearings. The thing I'll have to do is I'll have to take this off and put this arm on. Goes this way. And hopefully the threads are the same. They appear to be. So you can see there's a difference in the what we got here. This drops this down an inch. This bend drops it down another ½ inch or so. And maybe that is the way to go. Pretty sure these are all the same thread. If they're not, I can rethread them. No, it's different. Does this one go in? This one goes in. It sure looks like it's the same thread. Well, if it's off by a tiny, tiny bit. Let's try this one. If I can get it off. Yeah, it's the same thread. Alright, so what do you think? Should I go with the original original sized fan, or should I go with the needle bearings? If I go with the original one, I have to unrivet every single one of these and then re-rivet them back on again, which is a royal pain in the ass. Or make a bigger shaft. And if I go with the wrong fan, we can have a little fun doing a little trimming. Place the bracket and throw that puppy on there and call it a day. Because we don't need a grease cup back here. So we've got this one here that should squirt past those needle bearings. There's another one. Maybe this one's not as worn as much. Nope, that one's worn worse. Look at that. So let's put this whole thing on pause for a minute. What should I do? Should I go with this one? Or should I go with the smaller one? I'm thinking this might have been out of my first Speedster. I had all kinds of trouble with these bushings. That's actually not too bad in terms of wiggle. See, this one you need the grease cup because there's no zerk on the front. I'm thinking that maybe this was the way to go. It doesn't fit. I don't know. What do you think? I'm leaning towards the big one. And cut these blades down. Won't be too hard. As long as I get it round, it should retain its balance. They all look the same. It is a Speedster, by the way. Which pretty much means anything goes. If you're building a Speedster, you do it however you want. So let me know what you think. Should I go with the original and go through the trouble of unriveting and re-riveting all these blades back on with new bushings that give you trouble anyway? Or do we go with the needle bearings, which work so smooth and are almost maintenance free? Put it in the comments. We'll figure it out. Just came up with another option here. 13 inches. 13 inches. I don't have to cut it down. The tips are flared up. I'm not sure exactly why. This is that weird one in the other video with the V-belt on it. And it is seized up. I'm going to take this apart. See if this will fit on there, and then I won't have to do any cutting. Let's see what this one looks like. Or maybe I'll use a V-belt. Won't be too bad. Looks like something my grandfather would have done. Cut the bolt right in half. Hey, this is not easy on camera. Oh, look at that. It's not frozen, it's just greasy. Thick, thick grease. Look at that. That works really nice. Quite a bit of drag to it, though. In comparison. Let's see if this will go on here. I don't know if I'm in frame or not. Hope so. Jesus, this red shirt's driving me nuts. Sleeves driving me nuts. So we got. Let's compare our two blades. Definitely smaller. They're both bent about the same. Got a grease cup on the back of that one, got a grease cup on the back of that one. Let's see if this one fits on this. Let's change out this arm first. Jesus. Struggle is real, folks. Struggle is real. This is gonna go. Shit, which way does it go? This way, I think. If it doesn't, I guess I'll change it. I'm pretty sure it goes this way. Oh my God. How's that? Looking pretty good so far. If this just lines up right, we will be in the money. One thing I did notice is these screws are quite a bit shorter. What a difference. I don't know why there'd be a reason for that, but there they are. I guess you really didn't want that to fall off. You really got to get better lighting. So. Okay. Looks to me like we have a fan. And it moves quite a bit of air too. One fan, good to go. We do need to cap off that back end. so the grease doesn't run out. I'll stick this little bad boy on there until I find a brass one. Alright, one fan done. And we are inside the 13 inches that we're supposed to be in. It's not as thin as the original, and it's got a bigger pulley, so it's going to turn just a little bit slower, but I think it'll work. And if I decide to go back to a V-belt, I'm going to park this someplace safe where I won't forget about it. If I had to guess, I'd say my grandfather might have made that. Looks like something he'd do. Not the way I do it today, but pretty much the way it was done back then. At least I know it's not seized up. I was worried. A little bit worried about that. And we'll do this. We'll put this back in the box. Maybe give it a place of honor, because he did have a V pulley on his T. So here if we need it. Okie dokie. Alright, I'm happy now. We have our fan. Take it apart and paint it later, or at least clean it up. But there's one more piece of the puzzle. Excellent. While I have you here, I'd like to ask you a question. What do you want to see me do next? I'm squirreling away little pieces here and there because I'm going to redo this shop, and I don't have room for chassis in here at the moment. So I'm doing little pieces, I'm parking them, setting them aside, and then when I've got enough to warrant putting the chassis together, then we'll bring them in and start doing that. But in the meantime, what other individual pieces do you want to see me do on film? Steering column, handbrake, what do you want to see next? Put it down in the comments. Let me know what you want, and I'll see what I can do about making it happen. And we're going to keep on. I'm hoping to keep one video a week coming out, and hopefully by spring we should have enough pieces to put the car together. Should be fun. There's going to be some CNC work done. In fact, I was going to use it to cut this blade down, but then I found that one, and you know, why cut one down when you already have one the right size? So let me know what you think. Put it in the comments, and I'll try to respond to all of them, you know, all two of you. So you can put it in the comments, and we'll go from there.